Relationships and single mothers. This video, I hope it goes viral because there's a lot of people who probably feel the same way that I do. And I'm going to try to explain why I am not in a relationship and why I'm a single mother. Throughout my reality, based off what I've seen in my life growing up, with my mom, for instance, first of all, I learned that my grandfather left my grandma after having 4 kids, and they were married for like 15 plus years, and he left her for someone that's my mom's age that he's still with today, and he created a new family. My mom has 4 kids and tried 3 different times and got married to my father, and he left my mom to raise 3 kids by herself, and he left for the streets and drugs. And so when I grew up thinking, why is my dad gone? I just remember him being there, and then he disappeared, and then his pictures disappeared. And then I was like, you know what? Since I grew up in a broken home, I'm going to change it. I want to break that generational curse. So I get older and I meet someone who has everything that people say go after. Someone with a career, someone with degrees, someone who, they have a house, they have money, they have their priorities in line. But you still can't determine what type of person that's going to be until you're in a relationship with them. And I didn't find out what type of person my son's father was until I got pregnant. And then when I got pregnant, that's when the real person came out. I was abused mentally, physically, emotionally, financially. And I was a housewife for a year when my son was born. The housewife life that's not my lifestyle. And even though I was at home, I still was like, I'm going to get some clients and do hair. I needed to make money for myself because I will only get enough to get like tampons and hygiene, but not enough to escape. I live far away. I'm from Pittsburgh originally. I was in Georgia, so I was far away from family. So it's perfect, for someone to try to manipulate and control when you have no family and no friends. And I was 22. I was young. I was lost. I had no idea. I knew where I wanted to go in life, but I had no mentors or nobody was there to guide me until I met him, and I thought that he would be that person. It was about 6 years long, that relationship, from 22 to 28. And I went through so much to the point where when I left, I was suicidal when I left.
So I'm going to stop you right there, baby, because this sounds like a broken record. And I'm not trying to minimize what it is that this woman went through here, but you hear women say these things. They got with a guy that had a career. Maybe he didn't have a career. Everything changes once you get pregnant. You didn't demand marriage. You didn't know that you were supposed to demand marriage, but you let him knock you up, have a baby, and you didn't have anybody to talk to. So your mom was out of the picture. All of these things. I get it. You're 22 years old. A lot of women end up doing this. A lot of young women end up doing this. They see a guy with some money automatically off top. He's got a career. And all of a sudden, the signs aren't there. The signs aren't there. You didn't know any better. Soon as you get pregnant, he turned into a completely different person, right? It's these things that women, there's really no self-agency and everything, because you leave it up to some women. And I'm not saying that what happened to her isn't true. But you leave it up to some women and they're saying all of these things verbatim that she said about this guy. Verbatim. So are all men horrible? You became a single mom. It was by choice. And I'm assuming you weren't married. And you stayed in this situation for 6 years. And you were a housewife for 1 year. And you only made enough money to pay for some tampons. I don't know. I'm going to finish this up though. Generational curse. All this generational curse stuff, y'all have to stop it. You are your own person. You are your own being. Just because it happened to your parents, grandparents, doesn't mean you have to continue. But let's get back to this.
I really did not want to live anymore because I was so miserable. And this girl who I met in beauty school lived in Texas, and she told me to move here. She just randomly hit me up. I know for a fact that was God. And 2 days later, I packed my car and everything in it, and I drove 13 and a half hours here to Houston, and I'm still here today. It's been 7 years. I didn't choose to be a single mother. I wanted a family. I wanted a relationship. I was loyal. But now I'm out here doing it myself, just like all the women in my family have done it by themselves because all the men left. So I'm like, I know it can't be me. It's not. I did everything I could. I did everything. Hugs and kisses when you come through the door. The house is clean. Food is cooked by the time you get out the shower. You know? But it's just never enough. And I thought it was me for a very, very long time, but it wasn't. I don't want to be a strong single mother out here. Like, it's not a badge of honor to be a strong black woman. It's not. We do it because we have to. And when you have kids, you do what you got to do. It's like these superpowers that turn on. But that's why I'm single. That's why I'm single, y'all. And that's why I'm a single mother. I tried. And people are like, you need to heal. Well, I healed, but the scar still remains, including this one on my face. I'm not going to keep putting my hand on the stove just to get burned again. So that's why I'm single and a single mother. And I'm doing the best I can. And ain't nobody going to come for me for that because I'm doing better than people out here that have no kids.
Again, I understand she's telling her story, but we all know there's two sides of every story. You up, and I'm assuming you took the kid and left and drove 13 and a half hours to Houston and left this man, and you took the kid. So how is he seeing this kid? I guess you don't care. I would like to know, at least say what it is that he was saying. What was the issue? Why was he doing these things? What was he saying? 6 years, you were 28, whatever. Now I'm assuming you said 7 years you've been in Houston. That makes you what, 35? So you're 35 years old and people are asking you why you're a single mother. Baby, it happens. Everything you said, you probably told to a man that was trying to date you or seriously date you, right? As a single mother. And he's just like, I'm just not trying to hear it. You got this kid here, and I went through this. I was 21 years old. I'll never find love again. Men are this way. I chose this. We all make decisions in life. Life is about choices. That's all I heard here. You finally decided to up and leave him, and you've been there 7 years and you haven't found a guy yet. You're not an unattractive woman. Sounds like you have a skill. You do hair, but it's just this thing that some women, like single mothers, just prefer to be single. Or you just have so much mouth, so much sass that some dude don't want to put up with it. And I know this firsthand. You will have attractive women out here and dudes will wonder, till you actually get with her. She has so many insecurities and she talks so much trash in her mouth. It's just her mouth. And she has stuck in her ways because she's already been through these relationships with dudes and she's jaded. And that's all you hear from this. I was miserable. I was miserable. So the man was having the time of his life. That's what we need to hear. That's what we need to hear. He was having the time of his life because a lot of these stories, women will say that the man is just dishing out nothing but punishment and he's having a good old time. And I didn't do anything. You leave it up to every woman, she will say exactly what this woman says. I was giving him kisses, hugs, cooking, cleaning, all this stuff. And a lot of it's lies. Once again, I'm not saying she's lying, but a lot of times it's lies. Women are so focused on what everybody else have going on. A lot of times they could be doing that stuff, could be name calling, saying all types of stuff, using a child, not having sex with the dude, just all types of stuff. Maybe dealing with other men as well. It's just a whole lot of, but women will say all of these things about a man. The man stuck with you for 6 years. I don't want to be with a woman that just me personally, I guess you do have guys that want to control women and all this other stuff. But I can't be with a woman that I'm constantly arguing with, constantly fighting with. A woman that's always moping around the house and miserable. I want to be with a woman that loves being around me, that's excited, that's happy to hear from me. If a woman is really doing all this stuff for men, why are these men doing this? That's what I want to know. Why is a man putting his hands on you, yelling, arguing, ruining you financially and all this stuff? Just my thoughts, man. Single mothers say that relationships are this way, and then they say sometimes they don't want to deal with it. Just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think below. Comment below. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit me up on Linktree to book a one-on-one with yours truly. Purchase all my books, merch, t-shirts. Helps to support the channel. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. With that being said, much blessings and abundance. Stick around for the next video that's going to pop up on the screen below. That's where I'm going to see you guys at. It's your favorite everything. This is Wisdom. I'm out of here. Peace.